Yes, sir. I think this is the right time to go to the answer for question number 1, and I hope that you would have tried this question once. First, we will be break the direct material, my dear lovable students. By spending totally 12 lakh, we are manufacturing two product, right, sir? So the total direct material we have incurred is 12 lakh. In order to manufacture, one is super and other is normal. One is super and other is normal. You tell me how many units of super you have manufactured? 60,000 units of super you have manufactured. How many units of normal you have manufactured? 1,80,000 units of normal you have manufactured. Sir, what is the material cost per unit for that? Direct material cost per unit in super was twice that of direct material in normal. So if I am incurring 1 rupee per unit for normal, I will be incurring 2 rupees for super. This is what the formula they have given. So super we can take it as 2x, my dear lovable students, and normal we can take it as x. So 1,80,000 into x will be 1,80,000 x. That's it. Sir, 60,000 into 2 comes to 1,20,000 x. So basically 1,20,000 x plus 1,80,000 x should be equal to the total cost of 12 lakh is the material cost we have incurred. So 1,20,000 plus 1,80,000 comes to 3 lakh x is equal to 12 lakhs. Are you getting it? So x is equal to 12 lakhs divided by 3 lakhs comes to 12 lakhs divided by 3 lakhs comes to 4 per unit. The x is 4 per unit, right? For which product we are creating the cost sheet? For the super, which will be double the x, which is nothing but 8 per unit. So material cost per unit for super is equal to 4 into 2 is equal to 8 per unit. This is how they have find out 8 per unit. So how many number of units? So number of units produced is equal to, they themselves given in the question as 60,000 unit. So take your calculator. 60,000 into 8 comes to 4,80,000 rupees is the direct material cost. I believe that you also got the right answer. Shall I proceed for the direct wages? Okay, sir. What is the total direct wages you have incurred? 6,72,000. The same calculation, my dear lovable students. This is for wages. So total wages is equal to 6,72,000. Classified into two category. This much cost I have incurred for two products. 6,72,000 I have incurred for two products. Number one is super and number two is normal. Number one is super and number two is normal. Fantastic to the core. Sir, super I have manufactured how many units? 60,000 units I have manufactured. Normal I have manufactured how many units? 1,80,000 units I have manufactured. Super, sir. What is the ratio? Read the line for the direct wages. Direct wages per unit of normal where 60% of the super. So if the super is x, this will be 0.6x. Fantastic to the core, sir. Sir, 60,000 into x will be 60,000x. 1,80,000 into 0.6x will be 1,08,000x. Getting it? So 60,000x plus 1,08,000x is equal to 6,72,000. Super, sir. That means 60,000 plus 1,08,000 comes to 1,68,000x is equal to 6,72,000. So x is equal to 6,72,000 divided by 6,72,000 divided by 1,68,000 comes to 4 per unit. X we awarded to whom? To the super. I am preparing the cost sheet for the super. So the answer direct wages will be 4. So 4 into 60,000, 2,40,000. Are you getting the answer? Are you very comfortable? So we all know that direct material plus direct labor is equal to prime cost. 8 plus 4 comes to 12. 12 into 60,000 will be 7,20,000. Super, sir. What about production overhead, sir? Sir, production overhead, we have totally incurred 2,88,000. The same story continues. This is the third working note. Total production overhead is equal to 2,88,000. I spend this 2,88,000 for two products. One is for super and other is for normal. Right, sir. For super, how many units I have produced, sir? The same story, 60,000 and 1,80,000. What is the ratio of expenses? Sir, production overhead per unit was at the same rate for both the type of boxes. So if this is for X, this is also for X. So which is very simple, man. So this is 60,000 X and this is 1,80,000 X. So 60,000 X plus 1,80,000 X is equal to totally 2,88,000. So my dear lovable students, 60,000 plus 1,80,000 comes to 2,40,000 X is equal to 2,88,000. So basically X is equal to 2,88,000 divided by 2,40,000. So 2,88,000 divided by 2,48,000 comes to 1.2 per unit. We awarded that X to both super and also normal. So let it be any product, it is going to be 1.2. That's how they got 1.2 as the production overhead per unit. So 1.2 into 60,000 units you have manufactured. So 72,000. Fantastic to the core, which is nothing but 12 rupees into 10% is again 1.2. So 7,20,000 into 10% will be 72,000. So the factory cost, which is nothing but prime cost plus production overhead. So 12 plus 1.2 comes to 13.2, my dear lovable students. 13.2 into 60,000 unit, you will be getting 7,92,000 unit. How they are going to absorb the administration overhead? Administration overhead are 200% of the direct labor for each type. So look at the direct labor. 4 rupees is the direct labor. So 200% of direct labor means 4 into 200% come to 8 per unit. 8 into 60,000 will be 4,80,000. Easy. So the cost of production is factory cost plus administration overhead. So 13.2 plus 8 rupees will be the per unit, man, which comes to 21.2 into how many units you produced? You have produced 60,000 unit, which comes to 12,72,000. Fantastic to the core. Sir, actually to that cost of production, we have to add opening stock of finished goods to get the COGAS. But opening stock of finished goods is not available in the question. But they manufactured only how many unit? Sir, they manufactured 60,000 unit, but they sold only 54,000 unit. But still there is a closing stock of 6,000 units. So that 6,000 units should be valued at the current cost of production. So 6,000 into, sir, what is the current cost of production? 21.2. So 6,000 units into 21.2 comes to 1,27,200 is the value of closing stock. So the cost of goods sold is only for the 54,000 unit. So 54,000 units should be valued at the current cost of production. That is 21.2, sir, which comes to 11,44,800. Now we have to add the selling cost, which is given in the question as 1 per unit. So for every number of units you sold, not the number of units produced. So for 54,000 units into 1, we will be incurring 54,000 rupees. So the cost of sales or the total cost will be 21.2 plus 1 rupees comes to 22.2. 22.2 into number of units sold. So 22.2 into 54,000 units we have sold. 11,98,800, my dear lovable students. You will be getting a profit. Actually, profit here is a balancing figure because I know that I have totally incurred 22.2 and in the question they specifically said that 30 rupees is the selling price. So 7.8 rupees is the profit per unit what we have earned. So 7.8 would have been given for 54,000 unit. So 54,000 into 7.8 comes to 4,21,200. Total sales value will be number of units sold into selling price per unit, and per unit has been given in the question at 30. So 16,20,000 will be the sale value. I believe that you are feeling so much comfortable for the cost sheet question number 1. This is one type of cost sheet where multiple products cost has been given, and from that one variety of cost sheet we are manufacturing. All the working note we have done. We got the direct material cost per unit for super is 8, and direct wages for super is 4 per unit, and production overhead per unit, whether it is super or normal, it is 1.2. The total come to 72,000. And these notes are very important, man. Administration overhead is specific to the product and is directly related to labor cost. As mentioned in the question and ends to be considered in the cost of production only, we have treated the administration overhead as administration overhead related to production, which is nothing but QRAP minus scrap. Cash discount is treated as interest and finance charges, hence it is ignored. In our subject costing, we are talking only till the operating profit, which is nothing but sales minus sir variable cost contribution minus sir fixed cost will be EBIT. Sir, after that EBIT only we will be reducing interest. This is a part of financial management. Only up to this is part of costing, my dear lovable students. So fantastically we can say that this is outside our scope. So this will not come in the cost sheet. Penalty paid against the copyright infringement is an abnormal cost. Abnormal cost will not be absorbed by the good units. Abnormal cost will be debited in the costing P&L account. So it will not form part of the cost sheet. I believe that everyone, if you got the right answer, if you got the right answer after seeing this, sir, just inform me where you went wrong or whether you got the right answer or not. That is the only motivation to do the next question from the next chapter. I am wishing you all the very best for the coming examination. Do very well. Consistency is the key to success, my dear lovable students. Thank you and bye-bye from ANM.